Yes, yeah. When it comes to death, you associate death with old people, um, and when you just people died, like they just think they died of natural causes. Okay, in this case, it was, but with added extras on. But my dad being 58, like, especially like when they do chemotherapy, that's very young. So, yeah, my views on death. Yeah, like I said, you associate it with people being old, and I think now it's made me realise as well that like, you could be walking down the street, and instead of say like being a bit of an idiot or give someone a hard day, like you don't actually know what they've gone through, you know. A couple of times someone said something, I just let it go, or I'd fly off the handle, and I think it just opened me up to like, we had to drive home that day, you know, and people looking around in the cars. I did a bit of shopping that day, you know, I went out, like, people just see you as the person that know what you're going through, and you have sometimes have to stop and think and check. Like, it's made me hopefully be a nicer person. Like not everyone should be. Why treat someone horrible? Yeah, just treat everyone a bit more respect. I've found doing, because yeah, I was lucky. I had a good circle of friends around me, at home, good family friends, so I was quite strong. But some people don't have that, and I just felt that like if I could just be nice, like one person, to make them smile, then that's me. Like, then I'm happy, you know. That's all it takes. And like, from death, again, something that can be so dull and so like dreary and like a bit of a taboo subject. Like when someone like closest passes away, how do you talk to someone about it? How do you approach them? What do you say? How did the funeral go? Like all these things pop into mind, and I just think you have to be quite a strong person just to be like, yeah, just throw it out there, like, it doesn't bother me, it's happened. And I would openly talk about it, not for attention values, but I do not want to be sitting around a table and then someone talking about their dad and what they're doing, and then go, I shouldn't have said that. Like, I don't want that, you know, it's not right. So death for me is kind of, death is not just the end. Like, for me, I think it's just the beginning. We all go through it, we all know it's going to happen. And it's a celebration of life. Like, we don't want to, when we had the funeral, we had a humanist funeral, which is a celebration of life. Instead of having a Christian one, because my dad wasn't, it's about celebrating the life of my dad and the memories that we will keep with him. I will show you the order of service, and on the back, and the eulogy that I wrote for my uncle to read out, and I stated in there, do not be sad for we've lost someone, just celebrate that he's lived, because that is it, and that's how I look at it. Well, I wouldn't say a fond memory, but he used to always get up really early in the morning. And you know, like how kids and teenagers are embarrassed by their like parents by say like dancing or something. Well, I never had that. My dad never danced, but unfortunately for me and my brother, he would always be in a vest and his boxers every single morning. And he's a skinny man, and you would see him in the morning with a cup of tea and a fag, and all my friends saw it. He'd be sitting on the step of the caravan in the morning, people would be walking past and he'd be just in his boxers, and they're like not the biggest boxers either, and I leave it to your imagination, and a skinny little vest he'd wear, and yeah, so all my friends and all my family saw him like that for years. In the back of the garden, my dad loved cooking, we'd cook together quite a lot. Yeah, he just bossed me back in the kitchen, especially when he couldn't do it. But like, I'm cooking, like, you shut up. Yeah, so I love cooking, like barbecues. We had so many good barbecues with him. Pool and darts, again, we're very pubby. We'd rather sit in a pub with like a pool table and have like 6 or 7 pints and have like 10 games of pool and get drunk that way. And then like walk home or get a cab home, because my dad never liked to walk anywhere either. So we'd always cab it really. So yeah, funniest memories of my dad would be like him in his like boxers with a fag. His quirky sense of humour that he had with me as well, like very like dark sense of humour. And yeah, like just all sort of pub games we did together and drinking. Again, as younger, because he was away quite a lot of working as well, didn't really have that time. Again, when I wrote about talking about my dad's life, I said my dad's idea of taking me and my brother out would involve a pub, a beer garden, like where we can kick a ball. Like that was it. Again, I definitely get it from my dad. So a couple of things we talked about earlier, I could see he said he would try and run up all the bar tabs for me to pay off, different things like that. And then when he found out he had chemo, he was like saying, "Oh, like, I won't have no hair left," and like joking about his hair, different things. And then with me on the other side, like buying him, like he loved Formula One and he wanted a McLaren hat, so I went out to try and buy him a Ferrari hat instead, because he didn't like Ferrari that much. And then buy him like a Jimmy Savile wig, like to wear, like different things like that. And then asking him to put all the money in my account quickly, because I don't know when he's going to die, you know, like it's an effort to get out. I wish he had done now, because it is hard work. But like when he was ill as well, like I'd be out, say, with my friends, especially down to the caravan, and he'd be indoors, and I'd finish work, and instead of going, which I did go home to make sure he was alright, and then I'd go back out again, because I was worried. But the way I dealt with that was like, I went back to my friend's flat, and then we're chatting, drinking, and he went to me, "Oh, you should go back and make sure your dad's alright." And I said, "Why? Like, if I go back now, and I find he's dead." No, I said, "I'm having a good time here." I said, "If I go back and I find out he's dead, it's only going to ruin my night." I said, "I might as well just to finish off having a good night, and then find him when I do find him, because what can I do once he's gone sort of thing." And they were like, "What? Like, how do you take that?" sort of thing. And that was just the way like we sort of dealt with it. I was like, that is how we dealt with it. And when you go into intensive care, when you're unconscious, the doctors and nurses keep a diary, like day-to-day diary. It was a bit horrible. Me and my mum and all the family were writing it out every day, saying, like, "I've been to see you today, saw the doctor, really good news," and everything. And then I said to him, like, because he probably won't know what date, what time it is. I said, we should like flick it to the back and like put like 2048, and just be like, "Hello, Grandad," and like, and see how he reacts if he woke up, and things like that. And some people don't like it. Some people go, "You can't talk about your dad like that." But another classic example of like who is a friend of mine, he lost his mum, and quite recently actually, and we went to his house for a bit of a party, and we were all laughing and joking, a bit of noise, and he went, "Oh, come on lads, can you keep the noise down, like my mum's upstairs asleep." And I was like, "What?" And he went, "Well, she's in an urn, but like keep the noise down a bit." And I'm the only one that really laughed. I was like, "What?" And I laughed because that is my sort of like sense of humour, and I was just like, that is brilliant. To be able to take it like that is amazing.